While San Francisco has made a lot of additions during this free agency period, there have been some signings that really stand out, and today I want to break down 49ers' best moves during this period. Starting off pretty controversial, I think San Francisco did a great job of moving off Arik Armstead. The fact is, he's getting older, and over the last 2 seasons, he's only played in 62% of regular season games, and he's making $17 million annually. And when you further throw in the fact San Francisco has younger weapons coming up that need contracts like Brock Purdy and Brandon Ayuk, this move just continues to make sense. But moving off a player really is only half the battle. You also need to re-sign Arik Armstead's replacements, and I love how San Francisco did this by adding 2 players. And they're both very durable and entering the prime of their career, Malik Collins and Jordan Elliott. And the rotation I think San Francisco has envisioned is putting Jordan Elliott in on running downs because this guy is an absolute freak against the run, and then rotating in Malik Collins during more pass rush situations. It's not that Malik Collins can't just stop the run either, it's more so that he's just so deadly against the pass. I think San Francisco would prefer him to be fresh. Moving on to San Francisco's next best move, they did a great job of re-solidifying their defensive in-depth opposite of Nick Bosa. This season, they lost guys like Chase Young and Clelin Ferrell. So to address this issue, San Francisco added both Leonard Floyd and Gross Matos, and I believe both fit a perfect role on San Francisco's defense. Floyd, for instance, is still an effective pass rusher, routinely getting to the quarterback in Buffalo, whereas Gross Matos does an excellent job of setting the edge, so on early downs, he could be the player in there, and then when Floyd rotates in, Matos could slide on the interior, and San Francisco can have a NASCAR package in the similar way they utilized Charles Minhu, for instance. Ultimately, I think because of these additions and the development of guys like Drake Jackson and Robert Beal Jr., San Francisco's defensive line will actually improve from last year, but there's still a major question mark at the linebacker spot. While Dre Greenlaw believes he'll be able to come back and start the season for San Francisco after tearing his Achilles in the Super Bowl, General Manager John Lynch said that it's most likely that he'll start the season on IR. So rather than hoping D. Winters or Jalen Graham can take the steps to develop into a guy like Dre Greenlaw, San Francisco decided to bring in another all-pro linebacker in DeAndre Campbell from the Packers. And from all the film that I dove into, I really loved his explosiveness, his ability to flow sideline to sideline, and even cover guys. When you watch him on the field, there's a reason why he was an all-pro linebacker just a couple of seasons back, and I don't think he's necessarily lost it. So going into San Francisco's defense, I think he could actually have another Pro Bowl season. And even if Dre Greenlaw does come back, then San Francisco's linebacker trio is Dre Greenlaw, DeAndre Campbell, and Fred Warner. That's basically a nightmare for any team to go against, and I think a huge upgrade over last year. The only real downside I see of this addition is his age and the potential of injuries. Besides that, I absolutely love this signing. And while this video has primarily focused on the defensive side of the ball, one area San Francisco seemed determined to upgrade was their special teams. Seemingly every single one of their signings have the ability to play special teams, whether you're looking at a guy like Ezekiel Turner or Chase Lucas. But honestly, my favorite addition in this aspect has to be the signing of Trent Taylor. He's not just great as a punt return man, averaging 9.4 yards over his career, but he also offers an effective number 3 option for San Francisco. The things that I really think stand out about his game is his ability to find the soft spot in the zone, and then once he is actually going against man coverage, he can routinely beat it thanks to his acceleration out of his break. He's kind of a Wes Welker type. Finally, I think the 49ers' best move this offseason had to be their cumulative moves they made. San Francisco did a great job of just adding quality depth pieces at great prices, and this all sets up a move to sign a guy like Brandon Ayuk this season and maybe Brock Purdy next season. Overall, Lynch and Shanahan over the years seem to get a deeper understanding of what works for their team, and they're able to add quality pieces at low prices to really maximize their team's potential, and this year really is no different. They have made prudent moves by moving off expensive players who are often injured for cheaper, younger options. Furthermore, this team continues to put themselves in great position to sign their core players. Like this year, they're ready to sign Brandon Ayuk, and next year it's going to be Brock Purdy, and this is going to cause guys like Arik Armstead to leave. So while not perfect, I think 49ers have put together a solid offseason moving into the draft. But ultimately, these are just my thoughts about 49ers' best moves during this free agent period, and I'd like to hear yours down below. And it would also mean a ton if you liked and subscribed, and as always, I hope you guys have a great rest of your day.